Hello everyone, I am Suriya. I am the author of the Malay Kitchen cookbook. I have been cooking since I was 8 years old. Right, those days, cooking is just a new thing for me, and I learned the hard way. Cooking in hot pan, stirring, and then have to guess how much because it depends on what your mom do. But today, I'm thankful that I have discovered the Thermomix 10 years ago, and this is very wonderful. Okay, tonight I'll be sharing with you the recipe of making a flatbread with potato and beef keema. Before I start, I would like to invite all of you to like and share the link to all your friends and families. Let's get started. Okay, so what we do now, we have to add in the water. So as you know, Thermomix has a feature of a weighing scale. Okay, so how much water you just pan in, then you will know how much water you will need. Don't worry about the recipe. We will then post the recipe for you all to do. Okay, so then we add in the yeast. Add in the sugar. As you know, sugar is the food for the yeast. So you might want to just leave it as it is, don't reduce and don't add a little bit more. Okay, so I'll be adding vegetable oil or any type of oil you want. All right. Okay, so now we would like to activate the yeast. Everyone at home, can you tell me how do you activate your yeast? It's very simple with the Thermomix. All I need to do is just set for 2 minutes. A temperature of 37 and a speed 2. So that's it. The fermentation is now going on. It's activation, sorry, not fermentation. So what it does is that with the temperature, precise temperature of 37, it is activating the yeast. Okay, so how do you all do at home? I know I have made bread before. Okay, it is very tedious where during activating, I have to keep on stirring. I have to play guessing game with the water that I use. I don't know how much because I don't have a thermometer. I just use my hands to just gauge the lukewarm water. Do you all like me? How many of you have that experience? How many of you here watching tonight without a Thermomix? Tell me, type in your experience of making bread. Okay, so now it takes is that by the time the yeast, the temperature is achieved, the yeast is activated. Okay, I would like to give you one tips. The tips of you handling yeast is, okay, do make sure that your yeast, after you bought, you keep it in the freezer for the freshness and for the yeast to stay active. Because the main reason here, one is the temperature, two is how you manage your yeast. Okay, so by this time, you would have no guessing and your yeast will be perfectly activated. We have another 25 seconds to go. So I have my flour here with me and salt. Okay. Another tip is here, salt must not be added together with the solution because salt will slow down the process of yeast activation. Okay, for your information tonight, making a flatbread is very easy bread. You don't need a bread flour. Okay, I guess you hear the sound. I love this because this is the alarm notification that my process is ready. Okay, so you can just touch the screen to stop the sound. Okay, so now I'm just adding my flour, the regular flour. Okay, we call it all-purpose. Okay, add it in. And this is what I love. Okay, as a baker, I'm sure. Okay, oops, I just realized that I forgot the salt. Okay, so what you do is just dump in, all right? So another feature that I like, later I will show you, is the cookie dough. So with the guided cooking, you won't miss a single step like this. Okay, so what you do now is swipe to the left and then you look for a dough mode. Okay, and very easy. I love this because we only need 2 minutes to knead the dough. Okay, so let's 2 minutes and knead. While the dough is kneading, let me prepare you the Thermomix. Another accessories that I like from Thermomix is this is used to actually ferment our dough, and it has a guided ruler around. And let's say you are making pizza with your younger ones, especially the young moms, they have a guided size for you to do, and the Thermomix can use it to bake in oven or to freeze it in a freezer. The temperature of it is minus 40 to 230. Okay, so let's wait for the dough to knead, and because it is fast, don't go anywhere because all you know is it's ready in no time. Okay, I just want to tell you this dough is a bit sticky. Okay, another tips that I want to share with you is that a sticky dough will give you a fluffier bread. So do not adjust the quantity of the water. Okay, another tips also, the moisture from the flour itself play an important role. For example, if the flour is very old, we also don't know when is the production, right? So it will give an indication where it will absorb more water, so the flour become a bit hard. Okay, so if it's just a good production, all right, the amount of water that you put is just sufficient, so the dough will be slightly wet, so don't worry about it. Okay, all right, so it's ready. Okay, I'm excited to show you. Okay, and this is just a regular condition of the dough, not too wet or not too dry, not to worry about it. Okay, but if you touch it, it's a bit soft. So this is how it should be. Okay, then all you need to do is to clean this. But be careful, yeah, okay. For a first timer, you can just go slow on this. All right, so you place it back because I will get my assistant to help me to pre-clean, okay? So by that time, I will stand by, okay? A second bowl. This is what I like about having a second bowl, because it gives you more time to do the next steps. Okay, so I don't have to wait for pre-clean. Okay, now I will just cover and we let it to rise. Okay, so I will just put aside and I want to show you the next step. Okay, what am I going to do with my second bowl? I am going to peel my potato. This is also one of the best favorite, I would say, accessories. It is a blade cover peeler. Okay, so what you need to do is just to attach it in. Okay, and then add in a potato. Okay, I have 4 potatoes, which is about 400 grams here. And then I will add water. Okay, so to know how much water, because it requires a certain amount of water. All right, so add in the water and then put on the lid. Don't forget the MC. And what you need to do is just to look for peeler. Okay, all right, here you go. Okay, and it is 4 minutes as a basic. All right, we see how it goes. We can add up time as needed. Okay, so for now, let's wash or peel. Okay, while it's peeling, okay, don't worry about the sound. This is where the blade cover peeler is doing the work. It is more like scrubbing, okay, and scrub the skin. And the reason I love this is because it reduces wastages and your potato is uniformly peeled. Okay, So while this is waiting, let's check out on our dough. All right, my dough should be rising because of the temperature or atmosphere tonight, and is depending, remember I said, on the yeast that you have. Okay, do you want to check out the dough? Oh wow, everyone, look at my dough. Okay, it has risen very well. So this is based on, as I mentioned just now, based on the yeast. So do remember, from today onwards, keep your yeast in the freezer. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll just scrape. Okay, I will give you more tips on this, don't worry. Okay, use a scraper, okay, to scrape the excess. Now if you are worried because the dough is soft, there's two ways that you can do. Okay, you can actually put some flour on your hand, all right, and then you just need to flatten it, degas it, we call it, and then okay, so it depends on the size that you want. Okay, if you want a bigger or a larger bread, you may cut into 8, or you want smaller pieces to 10. Okay, simply based on your preference. So I just cut this and I shape this. Okay, another tips of handling yeast dough or yeast dough is every time you deflate or you portion, you have to get the dough rest for at least 5 to 10 minutes, because the yeast has been shrunk. Okay, the dough has shrunk, and then it needs time to proof back. So it is important that you let it rest for a while. So let me just portion until the end while we have another 1 minute. Is it easy, everyone? You have hands-free cooking in the kitchen. While the blade cover peeler is peeling my potato, I can actually start portioning my dough, okay, to a small bowl. Right, you don't have to be exactly the same weight. Just do an eyeball it, using eyeball size, okay? Because this is homemade made with love. You will have all sizes, and do get your kids involved, because this is the fun activity that your children, to distract your children from electronic gadgets, okay? So just portion a little bit like that. Okay, and all right, so we will see how it goes, and then I will just set this aside. Hey, it's ready, everyone. 4 minutes just passes very fast, right? Okay, it's okay. Let it wait. Okay, you don't have to rush. Just finish off whatever you are doing now, and let me show you what's inside. Okay, are you excited to see, especially for the first time, seeing how blade cover peeler is working? Okay. So, yep, just 2 more. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I have here 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay. I can have 10, but it's okay. Right. Okay. I just cover it and I keep it aside. Okay, are you ready, guys? Want to see what's inside? Oh, I'm so excited every time doing this. And let me just remove this. Are you guys ready? Ta-da! And what we need to do is just to rinse over the sink and less wastages. Do you like it? Type yes, I love it. Okay? Okay, remember the bowl that I get someone to clean for me is ready. It's dry. So let me put on the bowl. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I am going to dry roast my spices. Okay, Kima has got a lot of spices, and the best thing of having Thermomix is to make your own spices. Okay. So I have all the spices with me. Don't worry, the recipe will be shared later. So what I'll do is that I just dump everything in, including the dry turmeric. Cover it, remove the MC because you don't want moisture to trap inside. Okay, so I'll go back to the home page where I will set 5 minutes. Okay, a temperature of 120°C. And I'll go on to speed 1. Meanwhile, let me clear off the counter and preheat the oven. Okay, so set your oven. Oven setting, it depends on individual oven. Okay, I personally don't set it right now because it takes a short while for my oven to preheat. But tonight, okay, I'm just going to show you those regular oven at home. You need to preheat. I would love to use fan force and preheat for like 20 minutes at least. And then set it at 200°C. Okay, while the oven is preheating, my spices are dry roasting. Let's continue on with flatten the dough. Just now remember, we let it rest for 10 minutes. Now we need to flatten it, okay, because it's a flatbread. Okay, so using the same concept as well, all right. This time around, because it has a bit of sweat, because when you cover it up, so what you need to do is just have a little bit of flour just now. Okay, and then you know there is a space here, right? Put at the center. You want to be, I know some of us want to have a perfect circle, but you don't have to do it with a flatbread. But however, if you want it, just roll it using the indicator. Okay, so how thick and the thickness, it depends on how you like it. So I like my flatbread really to be really flat. So I will use up to, okay, it depends. If you're making 10, you can easily do up to 20 cm. Alright, so practice makes improvement, everyone. If you are the first time making dough, it is a great effort already for you to have a flatbread, okay? So, you know, don't discourage of, oh, it's not that round and all that. Okay, when making flatbread, another tips that I like to share with all of you is, make sure that the sides actually thin. Okay, because the side will puff more than the center. So, okay, all right, just roll it. Okay, and you can just remember the rules of having dealing with dough with yeast. You have to, every process, you have to let it rest for 10 minutes. Okay, in this case, roll everything and then keep it aside. Then line your baking tin with a parchment paper and you can bake it. Okay, so no oil is needed, so just do it. I show you one more time because we still have time for that. All right, dip it in flour. Okay, don't use oil at this stage. Okay, for a newbie, it's going to be very difficult for you to handle. All right. Once again, everyone, if you haven't clicked the like and share button, okay, please do so. And right, mention the name who you want to share this link with so that they will get the notification and they will get to see the flatbread and beef potato keema or potato beef keema. So do like that. Okay, I bet you the first time you do this, you want to make sure that you do more, okay, because this is very nice. Okay, it's done. What we need to do now is to let the temperature to drop to at least 95°C. Okay, what you can do, you can just to remove the lid, okay, and just let it air dry like that. Okay, so I will continue on doing this. So remember this one I said, I didn't actually dip it with flour. it's a bit sticky. Okay, so you want to do this. And this process, you don't have to dust the flour. It is what we call it, very authentic to see, you know, the dough. But by the time the dough is ready to be baked, the flour is not visible anymore. Okay, looks like our temperature has dropped. Okay, let's keep this aside because we want to grind the spices. Okay, make sure that you cover. Put on the MC, everyone. This is a must. Okay, so let's set 2 minutes. This is also the feature that I like because it allows us to grind our own spices, puree, okay, at the same time. Don't worry about the temperature. This is the temperature of the bowl. Okay, so what you need to do is I go on a setting, go slow to 6, and then, okay, you go on to speed 8. It's a bit loud because it's grinding at a high speed, right? And the end result, you don't have to be very, very fine unless if you want to do something else, then there is a different setting. So for now, it is good at speed 8. Okay, I just love, you know, the aroma is just coming out from the bowl. You can smell it. You need to do this because it is fresh spice. You get it from your own kitchen. Okay. Okay, I can see it already. It's like ground spice. Okay, clear this because you don't want to waste whatever left on the side here. Okay, really love it. Okay, for today's dish, it is purposely set at 2 minutes at speed 8 because I want it to be like this. Okay, we set this aside. Okay, you might want to use a bigger plate for this. Don't worry, you don't have to clean the bowl, okay, because you are using the same bowl. Okay, tap it, all right, and then just leave it. Okay, I'm good with this. Okay, what's the next step? The next step is I will want to chop my garlic, ginger, and coriander roots. Okay. I like to chop it at 4 seconds, speed 6. Okay, 4 seconds, speed 6. This is ready. I like this texture, okay, because later when we saute, it will become finer. Okay, what we do next is to scrape the sides. Okay. Okay, scrape the side of the bowl. Now I am going to take my beef, sliced beef. Okay, make sure the beef is partially frozen. So I have it with me here. It's partially frozen. It's still, what do you call it? It's not too stiff or frozen. So place it inside. Okay, I will also like to chop together with my yellow onion. I have cut into quarter because I want slightly coarse or, you know, just uniform size for it, but not too fine. Another feature mode that I like is the chopping mode. Okay, so, okay, chop. Now, for you newbies, you do not know exactly what size you want, how long to chop, how much to chop, this chop mode is superbly good for you. Okay, so I select beef. You can select anything that you want here, but for particular dish today, I will just select beef. And they have also a guided step for you, which is if you have 300 grams, or in this case, I have 500 grams, it is suggested to you 13 to 16 and set, okay, speed 8. But I like it to be at my size, okay, so I can adjust here, right? So let's do at 5 seconds because I don't want it to be very fine, yeah? And okay, I will go to speed 8 as suggested. Okay, it's ready. Okay, this is how I like it. Okay, not too fine and not like we are slicing. Okay, so the next step is to add in the reserved spices. I have ghee with me. Add in the ghee. Okay, saute for 5 minutes, 120°C, reverse, spoon speed. While this is sauteing, okay, I will clean this and our dough is ready to be baked. So let me just do this. Okay. Another tip is that if you don't cover your dough, so your top part will be a bit drier. So what you need to do is to just flip it and turn on the wet side up. Okay. So I will bake this at 200°C for 5 minutes. Meantime, I set this aside and okay, so remember just now we have peeled our potatoes, right? With Kima, okay, I like to dice it so you have a little bit of bite here. So we're gonna, this is the result of just now, and I have 2 chili with me that is going to go along with that. So far, how is it? Do you like the process? Is it easier? Okay, I believe Thermomix have made a lot of cooking process simple or simpler. Okay, for example, like today or tonight, you know, you see me making Kima, flatbread, right? If you were to imagine now in your kitchen without a Thermomix, how many kitchen gadgets do you think you will use to do this recipe? Can everyone type in? Okay, type. Okay, I'm sure for this, I can just name a few. You continue. Okay, so for example, I will need chopping board, knife, I will need cutter, peeler, and a lot of things. So with Thermomix, all-in-one super kitchen machine does it for you. How do you like it? Everyone should start type and grab your Thermomix today. We have the next ingredient to add in. Just now I mentioned it, potato. We have tomatoes, and also we have some salt. Now, if you notice in this recipe, I do not add in any water. This is because with Thermomix thermal cooking, insulated cooking, right? The beef, the tomatoes will induce liquid, and therefore this is the liquid that we need for our cooking. Okay, let's add in. I prefer a small chili due to the aroma, okay? So you can use green chili if you want a milder version. The reason why we use green has a different aroma than the red one. So you need to include this, okay? Let's continue cooking. Remove the MC. Replace with a simmering basket. Let's check out our bread. Oh wow, look at the bread. It's so fluffy. Let's plate. So I have a tray here. You can have like a restaurant style because cooking with Thermomix is all about having dish at a restaurant style. Now if you like it crispy, you can just leave it on like that. If you like it soft, you can always cover with a tea towel. Like so. And leave it just like that. While our keema is cooking, I'm going to bring you another accessories that I like together with a Thermomix. Okay? This is a thermo server. This size is 2.2 liter size, which fits almost a bowl of dish that you cook. Okay, why I like this? This is an insulated bowl where it can hold hot food hot at a certain time, even a cold dish like ice cream, ice, or any desserts. Okay, so the best part is it is ready to be served, nicely sit on your table. So later, once the keema is cooked, we are going to place it in a thermo server and you can serve it all at any time. So who would like to give this recipe a try? Can I have a yes? And do share with us, share on a Thermomix platform what you have learned today and cooked. Share your cooked recipe with us so we know you all already experience it and cook, and let everybody see your dish. Oh yeah, our keema is about to be ready, and I have here some coriander leaves for garnishing. Okay, so we are going to pour our dish into the thermo server, and I am going to show you how we can dish it up and serve for our dinner. Smells so good. This is how you should hold a full bowl of dish. Okay, so it supports your arm. Let's pour. So yummy. This is what I meant by in Thermomix cooking, you don't have to add liquid. So the ingredient itself, like the beef and the tomato, will induce the liquid out. Okay, so let's scrape it. Don't waste it. Let's just top up with coriander leaves. And this is how you should dish up, okay? So I will just use my bowl here. Just cover the bowl to retain the heat. Okay, here it goes. Flatbread and potato beef keema. I hope you enjoyed tonight's sharing, and do give it a try and share your outcome at the Thermomix platform. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching me tonight. If you like what you see today, go and try it. For those who have not had a Thermomix yet, get your Thermomix today. Good night everyone. Bye.